So today we'll be discussing about the questions that we are assigned to solve and explain. So first problem. So we have the given problem. So an unbalanced delta connected load with impedance of ZAB equals 100 ohm, ZBC equals 120 minus J 150 ohm, and ZCA equals J 200 ohm is connected to a 230 volt source. So we are asked to calculate the total active power drawn by the circuit. So as you can see here in the circuit, so it is how it is connected. So here we do have a delta form circuit. So we have here the ZAB, ZCA, and ZBC. So and the current I mean the voltage here is just equal to the is what you call the voltage EAB. So in solving, so first we have to use the ABC phase sequence. So here in the graphs, as you can see here, so we'll have to use EAB as the reference voltage. So that's why it is equal to EAB 230 times angle 0. So the 230 here is our the voltage source. And then so as for the EBC, so as you can see here, so it is negative 120 degrees as you can see in the graph. And also the voltage CA it is equals to 230 angle 120 degrees. So we are asked to solve for the total active power drawn by the circuit. So in order for us to solve that, so we have first to calculate the currents of their respective voltage respective currents of the impedance of the given impedances. So first, so in the current, so we'll just simply have to like the voltage EAB. So first is the current A IAB. So it is just equals to 230 volts all over the impedance, which is equals to 100 ohms. So it is just the 230 volts. So as you can see here, so we have listed already the value. So if you calculate this, so you'll get 2.3 angle 0 ampere. So because it is we are getting the current. So as you can see here, so we have just to plug in. So this is just EBC. So the value of our voltage EBC. So as you can see here. So and then if you substitute the value of the impedance ZBC, so we'll have so 230 angle negative 120 over 120 J 150 ohm is just equals to 1.2 angle of negative 68.7 amperes. So as you can see here, so this is just ECA divided by the uh, impedance of 200 J 200 ohms. So if you calculate that, you will have the value of 101.15 angle of 30 amperes. So moving on, so so we have now the values of the respective currents. So we'll now solve for the uh, total active power drawn by the circuit. So for the total active power, so the formula for this is just the summation of the power of each if of each load. So as you can see here, so P total is just equals to PAB plus PBC plus PCA. So we'll use the formula for the power, which is I squared R. So you'll have IA squared IAB squared RAB plus IBC squared RBC plus IC squared RCA. So we'll plug in just the value that we have what you call this that we have we have got earlier. So that we have solved. So first is the IAB. So you'll just plug in the value. So 2.3 squared times the uh, impedance of the resistance of 100 ohm plus 1.2 squared times 120 plus 1.15 squared times 0. So here we don't have the resistance for the what they call this the RAC because it is in there is no real call this real value. So the one that is real value is the one that will have to plug in this because we are multiplying or we are using the formula for a power uh, that is um, that is I squared I mean I squared R, so which use the value of the resistance. So as you can see here the given, so it is just J 200 ohm. So upon calculating the total power, so you'll just have to calculate that. So then we'll get the total power of 702 watts. So that would be the answer. So upon moving on, so we have given a problem. So 3 unbalanced load of impedance Z1N is equals to 5 ohms, Z2N is equals 8 ohms, and Z3N equals 10 ohms. So they are connected in Y to a three-phase three system of which the line voltage is equals to 230 volts. So we are asked to calculate the voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. So we'll have to note that so this would be the circuit the circuit diagram of the problem looks like. So as you can see here. So we have to note that for a Y connected load, so the line voltage, so we are given here the line voltage equals 230 volts. So the line voltage is just equals to the square root of 3 of the phase voltage. So then we can have the line voltage is equals to square root of 3 times the phase voltage. So since the line voltage is equals to 230, so the line voltage here um, is just equals for the each of the given impedances. So we'll just have to use the formula for the line voltage. So we are given with the line voltage. So we are asked to calculate the voltage across 5 ohms. So that would be the phase voltage. So upon substituting that the value that we got, so in the I mean the given line voltage, so we have so we'll just plug in so 230 over the square root of 3. So upon using this formula, so if you calculate that, so you'll get an answer of 132.79 volts. So that would be the line voltage across the 500 5 ohm. But so we'll have to note that so for the given unbalanced wide load, so the phase voltage is just the same. So as I have said earlier, so Z1 and Z2 and Z3 and so but then they do just differ in phase angle. So another problem is, so we are given with a 3 unbalanced load of impedance Z1 equals 5 ohms. So as you can see, this is just a same problem to what we have earlier. So Z2N is equals 8 ohms and Z3N is equals 10 ohms. So they are connected in a Y to a three-phase four-wire system. So the difference is just it is connected in four wire system. So the earlier is just three-phase three wire system. So continuing, so if which the voltage is 200, line voltage is 230 volts, so we are asked to calculate the the current flowing in the neutral wire. So this would be the I mean the circuit look like in the given problem. So we have here the current of flowing it in the Z1 and so I1. So we indicate it as I1. So the neutral wire is equals to IN, so, and then I2, then I3. So it is in the given that the given line voltage is equals to 130 volts. So in solving for the what they call this, we are asked to. So in solving for the flowing current in the neutral wire, so we have to have the phase voltage. So in order for us to get the phase voltage, so we just have to use the formula which is equals to Vp is equals to the line voltage over square root of 3. So to that, if upon calculating this, so Vp, so we'll just have a value of 132.79 volts. So I forgot to have I forgot to draw the graph here. So it's just, I'll just state here. So by applying KCL to the circuit, so applying KCL, so IN is just equals to I1, I3 plus I2 plus I3. So as you can see here, and so as you can see here in this circuit diagram. So so the for the that would be the formula for the neutral current that is flowing through the uh, neutral wire. So for the formula of I1, so we do have the Vp, which is angle 0. So we use the Z1, so Z1N as for the its reference voltage. So Vp, so angle 0 over Z1N plus Vp angle 120 over Z2N plus Vp angle of 120 Z3N. So as you can see, so we can just apply this that we have here, the three ABC phase sequence. So as what I have discussed earlier, so it's just the same concept as here. So because they are just the same, as I have stated, that they are just the same value of phase voltage, but then they differ only in the uh, phase angle. So upon substituting the value that we got, so Vp angle 0 is just equals to 130.79 over the Z1N value is equals 5 ohms, and then the Vp angle negative 120 is just equals to 132.79 angle of 120. So, and then still substituting, so 132.79 angle 120. So we have here, so Z2N is just given, so it is 8 ohms, then the Z3N is just 10 ohms. Yes. So upon calculating that, you will have the value of 11.96 angle of 13.9 amperes. Since from the given problem, so there is a choices, but then the choices is with a whole number, but then I have solved here is 11.96. So we'll just have to approximate it to 12 amperes. So that would be the answer for the neutral for the current flowing in the neutral wire. So upon moving on, so we are given with the problem. So a three-phase, three-wire supply feeds a star-connected load, so which consists of 3 equal resistors. So if one of the resistors is removed, so what is the reduction in power as compared to the original power? So we have here, so it is stated here, so it is a star connected, so consisting of 3 equal resistors, as you can see here in the diagram. So as for the voltage here, so for the P loads, or the power load, is just so the power here of the given given three-war star which has a three equal resistors, so we do have 3 Vp squared over R equals to VL squared over R. So why is that so? So we just have to note that Vp is just equals to VL over square root of 3. So if you have to substitute it, then we'll get the uh, equation power uh, for the power in the load, which is equals to VL squared over R. So it is for the three resistors. So we have given the condition that if one of the resistors are removed, so what would be the reduction power as compared to the original one? So we have here, so we have what they call this, remove one resistor, so we are left with this. So this would be the circuit look like if we remove the one resistor. So for the power load of this two resistors only, so we'll just have we have VL squared all over 2R. So I have forgot to remove this, but yeah, it's just the same. So Vp is equals to VL over square root of 3. So for calculating the reduction load, so the reduction load is just equals the load for the uh, given three resistors, and then minus to the uh, for the one removed resistors, and then all over the what they call this, the three for the three resistors give so for the three resistors given, so all over, so times 100. So because we are asked to have the reduction power, so it is in percentage, it is in percentage form. So the reduction load is just equals to, so upon what they call this, so upon simplifying, so we have 1/2 BL squared over R. So it's just simple math here. So let's not confuse. And then all over VL squared over R times 100. So as you can see here, we can what they call this, we can cancel out this same value here. So upon calculating, upon cancellation, so we are left only with 1/2 times 100. So 1/2 times 100 is just equals to 50. So that would be 50% of the reduction load compared to the original power of having three equal resistors and one of the resistors are removed. So for the last assigned given problem, we have a problem that is stated as a three-phase heating unit and induction motor are connected in parallel across a 200 volts three-phase supply. So the motor is rated at 5 horsepower, 0.8 power with 0.8 power factor, and with efficiency of 0.85. So the heating unit is rated at 1,500 watts. So the line current will be equal to, so we are asked to solve for that. So here, as you can see, so we have a voltage phase of 208 volts. So it is connected across parallel to the heating unit, which is equals to 1,500 watts, and then uh, also connected in parallel with the motor is rated at 5 horsepower with 0.8 power factor and with the efficiency of 0.85. So here, take note that efficiency is not really N, but then it is just like this. But I don't know where to find that in the word. So yes. So I'll just using the N letter. So for the horsepower, so in what they call this, um, in what they call this, in converting it to the watts, so we have just to times it with 746 value. So then we'll have 3,730 watts. So then, so we'll take note that the formula for the efficiency is just equals to the power up all over the power in. So we have the value of the our efficiency, which is 0.85, and the power out is equals to 3,730 watts here. So now we are left with solving for the power in. So the power in, so it's just equals to 3,730 watts all over 0.85. So upon calculating that, you'll have a value of 4,388.25 watts. So upon moving on, so the formula for the active power of the motor is just equals to power in is just equals to square root of 3 times the line voltage times the line current times the power factor. So we have to note that PF is just equals to cos theta, and the line voltage is just equals to square root of 3 times the phase voltage. So for the so substituting so we have P P P I P N is equals to square root of 3 times square root of 3 VP times IL cos theta. So rearranging the equation for getting the value for getting the equation for the line current, so it is just equals to Pn all over square root of 3 times square root of 3 Vp. So times, sorry. I have not removed this. Sorry. Wala. It's not there. Times the cos theta. So substituting the values that we have, so Pn is just equals to 4,388.25 watts times, so the square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just equals to 3, and then times 208 volts, which is our phase voltage, times the 0.8, which is our given power factor. So the line current is just equals to 8.79 amperes. So, yes. So for the heating unit, so the current upon flowing in the heating unit, which is the heating unit. So the current here is IR just equals to P all over square root of 3 Vp. So we are given with the value of the heating unit power, which is equals to 1,500 watts. So plugging it in, so we have 1,500 over square root of 3 times Vp. So our Vp is just equals to 208. So then for the current of the heating unit is just equals to 4.18 amperes. So the line current, so the total line current in the circuit is just equals to the line current, so across the motor, plus the line current for the the current for the heating unit. So it's just equals to I total is 8.79 plus 4.16 is equals to 12.95 amperes. So upon solving this, the answer here is not in the choices, but then maybe there are some factors why why my answer is not in the choices. So I have included here, so for the last part, so I have included here, so the answer should be 12.95 amperes. So what we got earlier. So since the answer is not in the choices, so there might be possible in the a possible error in the given. So I troubleshoot it. So if we have a value of the heating unit which is equals to 2,500 watts, then the current in the heating unit is just equals to like the 2,500 watts over square root of 3 times the phase voltage which equals to 208. So that would be equal to 6.948. So for the total current, so we'll just have to add what we got, so 8.79 amperes, and then for the what we have here is 6.94 amperes. So to that, so we'll have the total current in the circuit, which is equals to 15.71 amperes. So that would be, so here this answer is in the choices. So uh, it might be possible that there is error in the event. So that would be all. Thank you.